Talk Show Podcast. Start your day off with the Higher Vibrational Podcast with weekly guests covering spirituality, healthy foods, and so much more. Go to SherryLord.com for more info. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and make sure you come chat with us. If you want a question to be answered and we got time, put a Q so that we know it's not a comment, and we'll answer the question along the way. So we really hope you join us in this wonderful conversation that we're going to have with Karen Rudolf. And she is beautiful. You're going to love what she has to share with us. She is an entrepreneur. She's a powerhouse speaker and wellness practitioner and so much more. She is amazing, and she's got a lot of wealth to share with us. And her topic today is harness the power within. And we just love having her. So what we're going to do is just do a little bit about Karen. We just want to let you guys know who she is. And she's going to elaborate on that as well. We hope you grab your coffee, latte, or tea and come chat with us, because this is huge. You don't want to miss this. Karen Rudolf is a catalyst for change, a spiritual, holistic content of shifting perceptions, being present at the moment, and supporting others to be stronger, resilient, and find calm, peace in many situations. With a nursing background and many years of diverse training and licensures and certificates, she brings her knowledge in the mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual realms, equaling the holistic and, I hope I said that, with holistic and holistic, the W in holistic. The body is always talking. When we learn to listen, we respond from the inside and out. Her mission is to inspire, empower, guide, and support participants on their unique journeys by enhancing communication and sharing diverse perspectives and life experience, which empower life skills, gaining a broader perception of who clients are for themselves as well as others. Welcome, Karen. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, can you share a little bit about your journey, and then we'll go right in with the harness the power within.
Oh my God, my journey goes
probably combined.
I started out life playing with my Barbie dolls at like 5, and I was healing them with little leaves I would put over them at the end of the floor where I lived. So I always knew I was a healer. I just didn't know what it meant or what it was about. And I used to bring dying plants back to life. My dad was get a profession. You can't do that for a living. And I'm like, but I love plants. My house is like inundated with plants today. But anyway, fast forward, I became a nurse. And I loved it while I was doing it, but as an empath, I took a lot of it home with me. And I didn't know how to separate the two. I never learned how to do that, and I didn't know it was a thing. Right? So I got really burnt out on oncology, got married, raised my family, and then divorce hit. And I had given myself away. I had given my power away to others, right?
Okay.
My family. Yeah. And I didn't know. My girlfriend said to me during the divorce, like, what's your dream? Like, what's next? And I looked at her blankly and I went, my what? And she said, dream. And I had to go home and like look it up. And as I'm looking it up, I'm reading what the meaning of a dream is. And I'm crying my eyes out because I had no relatedness to it, because I was so selfless and so people-pleasing that I didn't know how to be me at that point. So it was a catalyst for the beginning of, part of Embrace the Shift and harnessing the power within is the power of the words we utilize, right? And it started all with that dream and figuring out what that was, and really getting to, in my nursing career, and as I was growing up, I always heard, I was very curious. And I had always heard, you ask too many questions, go away, go play. And, the subliminal message that was being given to me was basically kids were to be seen, not heard. Fast forward to my nursing career, I'd say to the doctors, you're sending them home with a script, but you haven't gotten to the root cause of this. Like, what's that about? Just send them home and do your work kind of thing. And it was just like that constant not enough conversation underlying that it created for me. So that was the beginning of it. And then fast forward, my mom, who was a hypochondriac, sadly, um,
Yeah.
and growing up in that conversation of not enough and not worthy, it's part of your environment that you grow in. You don't know what you don't know until you start exploring it. And my mother ended up on 19 medications, 3 doctors, and nobody was in touch or communication with each other. And I ended up having to scrape her off the floor, go into her
Wow.
house. And I didn't see my mother on the floor. I saw a little girl that was craving to be understood and loved and heard, and I went, "The buck stops here." So it was part of where I put my stake in the ground and said, "I'm gonna be a catalyst for change, not on my watch." And I've just delved into it ever since and became so curious. I got involved with neuroscience, quantum physics. Um, it's just I couldn't get enough information. It was awesome. So
Wow, that is, well, we've had similar situations, but it is, I mean, it's across the board. I mean, the message that you have is real. I mean, this is life experiences and very, very real. And let's make sure we have our comment buttons on so we can see who's commenting on. Just click on our comment button and it'll show up. We want to say thank you to Kathy Drum.
yeah.
And yeah, that was definitely a pivotal change in your life. It definitely was.
Yeah, I think the pivotal change, it always begins with self, and that's what
Right.
embrace harness the power within is all about. And it's really beginning with self. So it wasn't until going through my divorce that Sherry, that I ended up in a situation where my former husband wanted to talk to me, and I was a victim.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was a people pleaser, and I had no self-worth, no self-esteem. I didn't know what I didn't know. All I knew is I was doing 6 hours of carpooling. I was da 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 here, and and it was
Yeah.
like I didn't know if I was coming or going in the moment. And I remember having to go before the judge because my former husband wanted to take custody of the children, and all of a sudden it was like over my dead body, and it was like I just froze, and in the moment it was like, okay, how am I going to do this? I couldn't even look anybody in the face, let alone a judge, who in
Mhm.
my mind was like this god. And so I took on communication courses at the time, and I promised myself, if I can't be my own advocate, what am I teaching my daughters?
Oh, yeah.
And if I'm their first teacher, then I have to model that. And in
Yeah.
that moment, I started taking on communication courses, and I promised myself I will never be out of communication again. So
Wow. Wow. That is huge. So how did you start to overcome this? I felt like you empowered yourself in so many areas, you
I,
know?
yeah, I did. I started looking for things outside of myself and realized that it's not outside of me. I studied world religion because I was looking for something, to hang on to and grasp onto. And I just couldn't find what I was looking for. And then it dawned on me like the power is within. And if I don't embrace myself and my self worth, then how might I be that, not just for myself, but for others, my children? It was first priority. And I just, like I said, I started taking on communication courses. I started delving into personal growth and development. I was doing 6 hours of carpooling. So for me, I don't want to call it wasting time, but
Yeah.
even to this day, I'm always listening to audios, always, whenever I'm
Oh,
on. Whenever I'm in the car, I'm listening to something that's enticing my brain. And again, so I used to listen to all these positive things, and I would always pray for, oh God, give me strength to get through this.
uh,
And oh my God, the sky is falling. And I realized, and it was so eerie. I'm getting the chills just thinking about it. I remember driving, I was in Lake Mary, Orlando, Florida, and I was getting off the exit, and I heard somebody on my audio, and I don't even remember downloading this audio. And this is how life started happening for me, very synchronistically. Somebody said, the more you pay for strength, the more you're going to get more challenges because the universe is going to align with what you put out there. Again, your words create reality.
right.
So I started praying for wisdom, and it was like
Yes.
relief.
No, that's really good because people have to understand. Go back to that a little bit and elaborate the understanding that. 'Cause I know a lot of people say that I got to have strength. I go, you already have the strength within you,
You're right.
because they will create more situations in their life to have more strength. So they really do have to watch the words. You hit on a very big bullet there. If
Yeah.
you really have to watch what you say, you got to watch what you state. And it might be, oh, I'm used to saying that. Go ahead, Karen, because we really want to hear from you. You're amazing.
Really, thank you. It's really not watching, it's embodiment.
Okay.
And that's what I teach is the embodiment of it. Because I
Okay.
could say, when you start talking affirmations, oh, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
I can talk all I want. Well, the reality is my brain is never going to believe I'm a genius.
Okay.
It's going to be looking for evidence. Between the ages of 1 and 6, we are grounded in we're making machines. So X happens, and all of a sudden we make it mean XYZ. So, for instance, I'll just use
Yeah.
a blank. Little Johnny goes into the grocery store, age 6, and he's looking at the cereal boxes with all the little toys in it. I don't know if they still do that. I'm aging myself. And mom goes around the corner with a shopping cart. Little Johnny looks up, and all of a sudden, mom's gone. And it's like, oh, I'm abandoned. My mother
Yeah.
abandoned me, right? And life is like, oh my God. Then between the ages of 7 to 13, little Johnny starts looking for evidence of abandonment, right? And then with abandonment issues, we have 3 things as human nature that we look for more than anything else. It's to be
Mhm.
loved, understood, and heard. And if we don't get those needs met, we become people pleasers or bullies.
Ah.
So it's becoming aware, right? So awareness is always key. So when I'm working with my clients, I take them through this whole journey of awareness. So to your own self be true, first and foremost, right? So when you know yourself, you can give from an overflow to others. So little Johnny now goes on to, he's looking for evidence, and at that age 13, he's now like his first love, the girlfriend, whatever, right? And she comes along and she starts laughing because he went to go kiss her or whatever. Or she went, whatever, however it goes. And then she walks off and leaves him laughing. And now he's making it mean that she's
Ah.
abandoned again. So he's
Okay.
constantly going through life looking for evidence, right? So then he meets the love of his life after 21. And even though he loves her, he's got all this evidence from before that he's
Mhm.
struggling with for trust, to trust now. Well, she's going to leave at any time. So it's really rebooting your brain, right? So I teach whole brain thinking, right? So it's really rebooting the systems and reprogramming what is no longer working and reshifting those belief systems that no longer serve, because the reality is I'm not 5 anymore. Little Johnny's grown up now, and it's time to shift. Like we're always shifting and changing, so do our thoughts. So when we get into a space of words, right, um,
Mhm.
there's transformative words. So if I want my brain to believe that I'm a genius, right, I've got to start looking for evidence to prove it. And what happens is when I start finding evidence, then all of a sudden I'm reprogramming my brain to start looking for more evidence of genius, right? So what you think about, you bring about, and the transformative power of words will enhance, in my particular case, at what I teach and when I'm like all juiced up about is health and well-being. I come from a nursing background of Western medicine, and I want to get to the underlying cause because your body is always talking. It is 78% water, and studies have already proven that your thoughts become things, and it manifests in your body unless you emote those emotions and get it
Mm.
out of you, right? So,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow. Now that's very good information. How did you overcome some of your health issues? I mean, did you go inward and what was there? How did you transform that? What tool did
Uh,
you use?
yeah, honestly, Sherry, it's a culmination of like I work the work. When I teach it to
Right.
I work it. And if I
Exactly.
don't know, I'll say, let's go on the journey together. I'm your journey guide. Let's go on and figure out what the answers are. So I live it and I breathe it. As you know, and I've shared with you, I had a major accident in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
I have horses. I do a lot of here in Sarasota. I do a lot of trauma clearing alongside the
Mhm.
horses. At least before COVID, I was doing that, and
Yeah.
now I do all that online. But I went to Costa Rica. I didn't know a soul. I went on a retreat. I thought I'm going to meet new people and do what I love doing, and horseback riding was one of them. But they don't treat animals the same way we do
Oh
here
yeah.
in the States. So this horse had sore feet, and the salt water on the sore feet, the horse spooked. I went 6 feet up in the air, landed on my butt,
Ooh.
going to walk again. Um, I ended up in, I don't speak Spanish. I ended up in a country, Costa Rica, where, like I said, everybody left. Nobody got in touch with me. And I was by myself there going through major surgery. I had broken my femur, fractured my pelvis, and dislocated my back. And I could not move my feet. And the power of imagination, the power of my words, and the belief. I really
Wow.
that I was going to be walking again, and I was going to be walking a lot sooner than they said possible. So one of the things that I do to affirm it and embody it is I write, because the whole act of writing is mind body connection, right? So I'm seeing it, I'm hearing it because I'm speaking it out loud, and I'm writing out the affirmations. I demand, in the beginning was the word.
Yeah.
I demand, I command, impel, compel, and instruct my body to walk again, to heal again. And
Wow.
yeah, so it was that sort of thing that got me up and walking. Within 3 months, I was walking. I moved
Wow.
to Vancouver, then I went to the walking sticks, and now, of course, I'm laid out again with my other hip. But but I'm going through the same process, the same steps. So, the work works when you work it.
Okay. Wow. Is that amazing? That's an amazing, I mean, to heal from that. And you're still healing, but it feels like you've been through the bulk of it, you know?
I'm walking.
Yeah. That's beautiful. I mean, that's beautiful. I mean, you're living it, you know, you're living your own experience and
Absolutely.
showing others that they can do this too, you know, that they have the power within them.
We have the power within, and it's all, I can't say it's all, it's if you go to my website, or if you see anything I write or post, right,
Right.
excuse me, I always have the W before the word holistic. It's for the whole in holistic, right? We have a book coming out this week, and I'm really excited about it. It's called Healthopedia, and it's the PDF version in holistic of the Western medicine PDF, physician's desk reference. And I'm an author in that one as well. And I'm really, in particular, excited about this. And I talk about words creating reality in that, as well as all the contributors are in it. The summit starts today, so I'll be speaking later on this
Yes.
afternoon. So I'm really, if you go to my Karen Rudolph with an F,
Yeah.
Karen Rudolph, my Facebook page, I've got all the listings of whatnot, but I'll be talking around 2:30, 2:37, I think.
Yes.
Les Brown is kicking us off, so I'm really excited about that at about 20 afternoon. And by looking at both sides, right, when you change the way you look at things, the way you look at things changed. So I
Mhm.
personally like to say I re-engineer human perception for a career, for a living, and I get paid for it, and I love it, right? So
Okay.
you change the way you look at things, the way you look at things change. So if you have an ailment and you're going to the doctor, I mean, I wouldn't have been healing if it weren't for Western medicine, right? I took the Western medicine, but then I sprinkled it with the Eastern concept and philosophies of holistic, which is mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. I've been trained in each of those categories. So that's why I say whole, right? Because I look at the whole of a client, not just like, oh, you want to make
Right.
money. Here's it. Why aren't you making money? That's only a little part of it. But when you look at the whole picture, it's like, oh, this is a block that you've been holding on to And we can like shift that energy and change that perception really quickly and easily. And, most people don't realize that it could be quick and easy, that they hold on to it near and dear because it's part of their comfort zone. So you have to really be willing to step out of your comfort zone and darn something new. It's like Joseph in the Amazing Coat. You put it on, if it doesn't fit, you toss it, get another, or add another patch to it or whatever it looks like. So I'm really excited about this particular book. The book launches on the 26th, and you can get your free download on the 26th on Amazon. And if you do, please leave a review for us.
Yes.
And I'm really excited about it because for me, it's really to a point of a lifetime of accumulation of work
Okay.
where I am and get it out there in the world. I'm also a science of mind practitioner and minister. And for me, I remember when my horse got struck by lightning. I had 2 horses that got struck by lightning. And my spiritual mentor said to me, Karen, when are you going to look up the meaning of lightning strike? And I'm an intuitive. So I said, I already know what it is. And I sort of hung my head down, and she laughed, and she's like, okay, when are you going to be responsible for it? And I went, all right. And it's all about being a light in the world and being the messenger. So this book is part of getting it out there and being that messenger. And rather than have a pulpit, the world is my stage. So it's really getting myself out there, getting out of my comfort zone, and finding that on the other side, there's possibility. And within that possibility, there's excitement and opportunity. And oh my gosh, the world is my oyster now. So I went from this quiet little mouse that I, to this day, would never recognize. I can't even associate myself with who I was 15 years ago to who I've become. And it's all about the becoming, and the words are part of who you become in that, whether it be relationship, health, finances, career, whatever, it's all interrelated. And through that journey, you gain the resilience. I learned resilience like when I was coming out of Costa Rica. I've had it before, but it really compounded it because of consciousness. If you look at um, um, an iceberg, right?
Yeah.
You'll see this much of the iceberg on top of the water, but there's like this much underneath. That's the subconscious mind. So what I do is tap into that and bring it to the surface, and then you get to choose what to do with the information, because knowledge is just knowledge until it's applied. So if you don't know how to apply it, that's where a journey guide like myself, coach, mentor, will take you underneath your wings, lift you, and say, let's go do this together so you can have a more fulfilled, happy life.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we do our giveaways? And you are going to be giving away one ebook of your books, which we are so happy with that too. But we want you to add anything you like to, or anything else.
Well, again, know yourself. That would be my tip. Would be definitely the more you know yourself, the more you'll know others.
Right.
It's like the 5 love languages. If you know your love language, you'll know your partners, you'll know your children's, you'll know your bosses, and so on and so forth. That's just a little tip of that. That the more you know yourself, the more you get to choose to change or not, and not is still a decision. Know yourself and be open to shifting perceptions. And thank you, Deborah, for the congratulations of the book.
Yes.
I just saw that. Thank you all for your comments. I appreciate it. Educate yourself, know yourself, be your own advocate. Learn to become your own advocate, because no one's going to rescue you. No one's going to save you. So when you change the way you look at things, the way you look at things change.
Wow, that's amazing. That is awesome. And we just want to ring our little bell, because now it's time for the giveaways. And we're going to give away Karen's book first. It's an ebook. So this is new. This is totally new. I hope it's going to work. It's new for me. I wanted to get it on the screen, but I won't be able to see you won't be able to see the screen. So I'm going to go out. Karen's going to stay on. And I'm going to tell you what you need to type in. It's got to be a hashtag. Give me just a second. Eventually, we'll get it to go on the screen where you can see all the names get drawn. But this is going to work this way. So hold on. And I'm going to type down here what you got to type in, hashtag ebook. So if you can type in hashtag ebook, type it in on the chat, type in hashtag ebook. We want everybody to type in the hashtag ebook. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the drawing. So make sure you type it. I got to see it typed out here, you guys. So come on and participate. Put the hashtag ebook in there. And then when you type, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the drawing. So, but you got to have those words in your chat box. So we see Debbie and Kathy Drum there, and Deborah, just type hashtag ebook, give you a second, and then we're going to do the drawing. And then we're going to or I think that's how it works, but we're going to wing it because it's our first time we're doing this. So here we go again. We're going to go ahead and, she did hashtag ebook. Okay, Kathy, can you put the hashtag number? Thank you. Okay, ebook. Yeah, you got it, Deborah. Kathy, the same way as Deborah. Just want to make sure everybody gets in the drawing and then give them a few minutes we're going to collect that in just a second. So wait a second. Let me go back to the giveaway, and then I'm going to start collecting. Okay. I know this is new. Okay, you guys, type it back in one more time, just in case. I know this is a new system for me. We'll get it down. Hashtag ebook. Hashtag ebook. You guys got it. And then let's see who the winner is for her ebook. We're going to hit draw. Oh, we got entries. It's working. Okay. Our winner is Deborah. Deborah, you won the ebook from Kathy Rudolf. So we're going to, what I need you to do, Kathy, is to email me, Sherry Lord podcast at gmail.com. And what I will need will be your, I need you to email me so that we can, whoops, it's kind of like, come back on. Yeah, email me at sherrylordpodcast@gmail.com with your address, your name, and how you want, or the ebook for you. Is this online that they got to download? And we'll take care of the end. I just need your information. And we're going to do another drawing. We're going to do a book drawing from Satyama. So we know that Deborah had won the ebook with Karen. So her first ebook. And we'll get the directions to you. Give me your phone number if you have it too, so we can connect too. So make sure you get your phone number, email me your address, and so we can communicate with you of how to access the ebook. Now we got 3 other books from Satyama. Karen Struth from Satyama is going to donate 3 ebooks of Speckled Stone. So what I'm going to do is keep the ebooks there. We have you in the hashtag. So we want you to type in, leave it as ebooks. I'm just going to see if it works that way. It's a new system, so just be patient with me. We're getting it. Okay. Draw again. I'm going to do another drawing. Okay. So the second drawing is Kathy Drum. Kathy, you won a Satyama book, and it's called Speckled Stones. So if you'd like, we'd like you to email me at sherrylordpodcast@gmail.com with all your information, with your phone number, just so that we get clear of how to send you the physical book. That's a physical book. It will be personally signed with a message from Karen. And you guys did good. And thank you, Deborah, for winning too, and Kathy. So we're going to do another drawing. And we're going to bring this up. We got another drawing. We're going to do another drawing. Take a second. Second drawing. Okay, the second person was Beth Perry. She won the Speckled Stone book. Congratulations, everybody. She won the Speckled Stone book. So this is really good. And we're going to do another drawing. And that's from Karen Strath from Satyama Publishing. It will be signed and a book will be sent to you. We're going to do one more drawing, which gives us actually two more. Okay. Okay, Deborah, you won the Speckle book. You won two things today. Congratulations. You got the Speckle book from Karen Stuth from Satyama Publishing. It will be a signed book to you and it will be sent to you. So again, please email me your information with a phone number to sherrylordpodcast@gmail.com, or you can, catch me here and email me if you need to. Most of you guys I do know. And there's, I think that's 4. We need to give away 5. So we have one more book of Karen. Draw again. Okay, Beth Perry won 2 books of Karen Struss books. We just want to say thank you all for participating, and we look forward to seeing you. Karen, is there anything else you want to say of how they can get a hold of you? Anything else?
Yeah, by all means, if you go to my website, my name went away from the bottom of if you'll put that back up, Sherry. I would
Okay. Let me go back up. Let me go back up to the banners. We got to run you. There we go.
Yeah. If you go, because it's Tranquil Solutions, TRANQUILSOULUTIONS. If you go to my website, www.tranquilsolutions, you'll find me and all what I offer there. If you follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook as Karen Rudolf with an F, LinkedIn, Instagram. Feel free to follow me. Feel free to ask questions. I'm one of these people that I will be the first one. You'll get me. You won't get anybody else. I'll get me answering in the direct messages if you have any questions. I'm happy to do that. I'm all about being a service and collaboration.
Yes, and you can also get our information on our website. If you go to our website, www.sherrylord.com, we will have her information. Click on it, and it will take you to where her information is. So you're not going to miss it. You can always go to our website. And anyone that wants to be a guest on our show, again, go to www.sherrylord.com, and all the requirements are there to be a guest. And we just want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank you all, because we really had fun. And thank you for being patient for the giveaways. We're getting it there. We'll eventually be able to show you, because it's really cool. The winner gets all the sparkles when it shows your name. I just have to know how to connect it to the page. So we're doing all right. Thank you all for participating, and especially Karen Rudolph. We are so honored to have you. You had a wealth of information. You have a beautiful journey and transformation here, and you are a leader. You are a leader for many. And just thank everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, thank you all for participating. Thank you.
Thank you.